Hey everyone, David Hill here. Hey, listen, I was having a conversation with a guy recently who we were talking about land, and he was looking into coming into our program. He actually eventually came into our program. He became a participant. But in the course of the conversation, he was saying, I've been looking at a few of the land strategies out there. I know there are a few guys teaching land, and that struck me as really interesting. There are a few guys out there that teach real estate strategies based on land, but they are very different from what we do. And I thought I'd just kind of make that the topic of this video. So, how are we different from a couple of guys out there that are teaching land strategies in the real estate world? Well, probably the biggest difference is that we are land developers. Cody and I have been developing land for almost 2 decades now. And so we don't just go out and buy land. We go out and we find land that has development potential. And we take that land, we run it through what's called the approval process. We get it approved for subdivision, and then we bring out the heavy machinery and we build out these subdivisions. It's very different from the other strategies out there where they will teach you how to go out and find land in the middle of nowhere, and you'll maybe get it at an auction, or maybe there's a tax lien on the property and the person's going to get foreclosed on. You'll go in and you'll buy that land for 30 cents on the dollar, and then you'll turn around and try and sell it for 70 cents on the dollar. That is a strategy that's out there that a few guys are teaching right now in terms of how to incorporate land into your real estate strategy, but it's very different from what we do. And probably one of the biggest differences between those is the types of returns that we make on our deals. Because they are land development deals, we are able to make those 6 and 7 figure returns, whereas on the average kind of land strategy where you're buying it cheap and then kind of trying to get it sold at 70 cents on the dollar, you'll make $5,000, you'll make $6,000, you'll make $10,000, maybe you'll make $20,000. But I think those are probably the numbers kind of more average that you'll see in that strategy, where you're doing a lot of these deals and you're not really picky about what you're buying. You're kind of looking everywhere and anywhere, and you're just looking for land that is under market value. Well, that is not our strategy. Our strategy is solely based on going out and teaching you how to identify land with development potential, how to put that deal together, how to put a value to it, how to structure the agreement that will allow you to then get that project in the hands of a developer and make those 6 and 7 figure returns. All of the things that you need to know to execute on that strategy is what our course, Land Deals Revealed, is all about. And that's really about it. It's just I wanted to hop on here today to underline the difference between what we do and what a couple other guys out there that are teaching these land strategies, which, again, not knocking them at all, but there's a distinct difference between what they teach and what we do. And that big difference is the fact that we go out and we focus on property with development potential. And so we won't have you go looking out in the middle of nowhere at a 100-acre parcel that you're going to buy for $10,000, right? And then you're going to turn around and try to get it sold for $15,000. That's absolutely not what we would have you do. Our program focuses on development potential, so we will focus on metropolitan areas. We'll focus on areas that are seeing urban growth, and then that is where we go out and we look for our land. And the big difference between that and these other strategies is that because we're subdividing, because we're taking one parcel and we are identifying that it can be subdivided into many smaller parcels. For example, a 10-acre parcel can be subdivided into 30 lots. Well, by putting that deal together, and maybe we make, $10,000 a lot on that deal. Well, at 30 lots times $10,000, that's $300,000 right there. And that's the big difference between what we do and some of those other land strategies out there. Again, not knocking them, but just clarifying that there are differences between what we do. And to my knowledge, we are the only land developer in the entire country, in the entire nation, that has put together a program that focuses on this side of land, on going out and identifying land with development potential, teaching you how to put those deals together, and teaching you how to exit from those deals prior to closing on that property, prior to taking on a multi-million-dollar loan to build that subdivision, but still making in those 6 and 7 figure returns. So if you're interested in that, check us out. We've got a video just for you. It's at vestorite.com/action. It's about 35 minutes long. Give it a watch. If you're interested, then you can book a call with us. And yeah, hopefully that clarifies some things for you guys, that yes, we are land guys, but we're not just land guys. We are development land guys. And that's where that's how we're able to make such big paydays. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.